Support for America's Heartland provided by
Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education. SARE is a USDA grants program for farmers, researchers, and educators. Since 1988, SARE grantees have used their own innovative ideas to improve profitability, stewardship, and quality of life on farms and ranches across the U.S. More information at SARE.org.
From a very early age, I was working in the fields with my parents. My dad grew up on a farm about 8 miles from here, and his father was an organic farmer. My grandfather kind of stayed true to organic practices and very much influenced my dad in that way.
Everywhere you look, you'll see the influence of Debra's father and grandfather on these 75 acres of land. It's called Village Acres Farm, and it's known in central Pennsylvania for being a leader in sustainability. Today, the farm is run by Debra Brubaker and her wife, Hannah Smith-Brubaker. Debra's sisters, Phoebe and Angela Brubaker, also run a commercial flower business on the farm, making this a true family affair.
We have cropland, about 5 to 7 acres of vegetable crops, as well as doing pastured livestock. We grow about 50 different varieties of vegetables, and the breed of sheep that we raise is Shetland, which is traditionally from Scotland. They do a really good job in everything from weed control to returning nutrients to the soil.
In the early days, Village Acres Farm was a place where customers could pick their own berries. At other times, the farm offered community-supported agriculture or CSA boxes. Today, they mostly sell their produce at local restaurants. Debra says she and her siblings were raised by parents who believed that farming was a higher calling.
I think it's the fusion of my dad's real interest in farming with my mom's love of birds, flowers, everything to really kind of create a property that really looks out for both food for humans as well as the natural environment.
We know that Mom and Dad really wanted it to be a place that fed other people, not just food, but also valuable relationships. And so we've been sort of looking at how flowers are integrated.
The flowers bring in a new income stream, and just as important, they're good for the crops.
So we've added a lot of flowers to our farm, which is great because that's a great enterprise, but at the heart of it, we can grow better vegetables, attracting the bees.
The family has made other changes to increase sustainability on the land. They planted 3,000 native trees, creating a buffer along the creek. That buffer prevents soil from washing into the creek when it rains.
We want that soil to stay in the fields, and so we've been working with farmers for a couple of years now to establish trees along the creek on their farms so that it's cleaner water when it comes our way to our farm.
Working with other farmers on sustainability projects is one of Hannah's passions. She has been a farmer leader with SARE, the Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education Program run by the USDA. She first learned of SARE when Debra's father received a grant from them to try out blackberry trellises on her farm to see if the fruit would be easier to harvest. That experience inspired her to get even more involved, helping to oversee SARE grants to other farmers in the Northeast who are interested in sustainability.
Since its beginnings in 1988, SARE has funded close to 9,000 projects on farms across the nation. In our area, I've seen farmers use the program for everything from figuring out some new tool that's going to make their day a little bit easier to testing different varieties of vegetables and fruits that, particularly with the changing climate, are going to be able to produce a better product.
So these are the paprika peppers, 2 different varieties.
While Village Acres Farm is notable for its sustainability practices, they say there's something else that sets them apart.
Well, honestly, I think what's probably makes us most notable is that we're a bunch of women on this farm. So right now, all My mother, the three of my siblings, my partner, who's also a woman, is sort of what identifies us to the larger community.
In the end, we're really a united force. We know that we want to feed people, that we want to create a beautiful and ecologically sound environment, and that takes all of us.